Alright, we got a question here. Do you sleep better after you lift heavy? I get pain in my hip flexors if I lift super heavy, especially deadlift. Well, you probably shouldn't be doing deadlifts then if it always causes pain. Then I sleep like shit for 3 to 4 days. So, do I sleep good after? I mean, that's a good question, which I really don't know because I'm always lifting heavy, usually. Some days I'm lifting heavy because my job requires it. So, like today, I was working on a Hummer, and when the tire comes up to my waist or higher, that requires a lot of power. And I kind of like get down and I deadlift it and put it up on the machine, and I'm just like thinking, wow, this, I'm feeling this today. Am I gonna sleep good tonight because of it? Probably not. In fact, after that, I almost, was thinking to myself, I am really feeling this in my back. Maybe I should just, forget about the gym. But then I'm just like, Monday is back day, and that is like one of my favorite days to lift. Because I love doing back. It feels powerful. I can lift heavy, and I do lift heavy on back day. But I'm really not paying attention as to, on the days that I lift, especially the heavy lifting days, am I sleeping any different than let's see, what are light lifting days? Let's answer that first. I haven't talked about this much because I'm still in the testing phases of if it's doing any good or what. But I got some blood flow restriction bands, BFR bands, and I'm using them on biceps and triceps because lifting heavy, I can do it fine for triceps, but biceps, my hands are, there's a lot of pain. I deal with a lot of pain in my hands. So it's really hard for me to lift super heavy. So I did some research, got the BFR bands. So those days I'm doing lighter weight, more reps. Again, this is nothing I ever thought I would ever try, but my chiropractor kind of suggested it, said it helps release human growth hormone. So again, testing phases. I also decided to do the same thing with my leg day, is wearing the BFR bands on my legs and not doing super heavy, which sucks, but my back needs to have a break. So, but do I sleep different from those days versus the heavy lifting days? I really don't pay attention. I have talked about the sleep drink that I use called Closed. I actually have it right now. I'm sipping it before while getting ready to call it a day. But honestly, every once in a while, even if I've been up for many hours, even if I've been working longer hours, I will lie there like an insomniac. Doesn't matter what I've taken, I can't sleep for shit. I'm sure there's a shit ton of research out there on sleep and sleep patterns and problems with sleeping, and I'm sure that the amount of time we're on these devices has a huge impact on our sleep. I think that the amount of devices that we're around per day, huge. I think even using microwaves has an impact probably on your sleep, because I got rid of my microwave. Like I haven't used a microwave probably maybe in a year, and I don't plan on it because of what it can do. I mean, yeah, I'm on my phone way too much. I'm listening to, constantly listening to podcasts, always trying to learn shit. So that probably could, be problematic as far as trying to sleep, especially if you're doing it up until you go to sleep. I have my phone next to me. I have Bluetooth headband on, listening to music to block out the noise in the apartment complex just so I can sleep. And I'm sure that is not good for me either. Having these devices, having these Bluetooth, having all these things that, have these, not good. That's why I have this. Does it work? Who's to say? I don't know. The bitch of it all is that I know that out of all the things out there, that when it comes to our health, and this is just one of those things where we just like kind of blow it off because we don't really think about it, but sleep is one of the most important things we can do for ourselves, for our health, for our body. I know that it is up there, right up there with what we put in our bodies and exercising our bodies. Dude, I have been a light sleeper my entire life, and as someone who's always trying to see how I can better my health, I said it before, my goal in life is to not spend money on doctors, especially shitty doctors that don't know anything about nutrition. I know, I've said it before. And having said that, I try, there's times where I get up at 5, that's when I kind of start my day, but more like I'm getting up to do my blood flow machine, and for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then I get up and start the day, but I'm thrilled to go to bed at 9 o'clock, and it's like 9:07 right now, and it's light outside, but if I'm feeling tired and I don't have anything going on, I've taken care of the puppy, he's, been fed and taken out, I'm thrilled to, I shouldn't be wearing the Bluetooth, headband. That can't be healthy. That can't be good for my brain. Don't get me started on the brain shit. But I do what I gotta do for now. Now, when I move and everything is quiet and maybe I move my phone away from me, maybe I still play the sleep music because I've gotten quite accustomed to having it every night to block out outside noise. But baby steps, little things at a time to help us sleep. Like I said, I love my sleep drink. It has replaced alcohol. Not altogether, that's still something I will always be working on. And after my last experiment with alcohol, I'm thinking it's really time to, why am I putting this in my body? Anyways, I ran it off there for a second, but that's what's up. So I don't know if that helps. I don't know if you can relate to that, but keep those things in mind as far as your health goes.